Okay, now we're going to be learning about how we can check somebody else's work. So sometimes when people measure, they make mistakes. So you need to be able to find out when somebody else makes a mistake. In order to do that, you have to know exactly how to measure as well. So we're going to explore a couple different things about that. We're also going to be talking about how a ruler is made up of equal lengths. So all these little parts on a ruler, whether you're on the inches side or the centimeter side, they're all split up into equal parts. So let's take a look at that. Here we go. First thing, talking about a ruler. Every ruler, I have this one that's just made it a little bit larger so we can look at it, but it's the same as the ruler that you have in your classroom. It is made up of equal parts, okay? So this part from this 0 line all the way to this 1 line, that's one part, one section. Now you're going to see that this is the section 2. So this one is the same size as this one, and then this one is the same size as those. And as it keeps going, it is broken into equal parts. All of those are equal parts. All of them are equal parts on that, okay? So if I were to pick that up and take a look at it, I can move it and show you that right there is the same size as that one. And so they're the equal size. They're the same size no matter how we do this, all right? So a ruler is made up of equal parts. I'm going to get a little bit closer here. Equal parts. You're going to see 1 equal, 2, 3, 4. All those are equal parts. Even if we flip it over, it's the same thing. The centimeters are made up of equal parts of centimeters. So let's go to the next one. We can look right here and we can see if there's anything wrong with this. So let's explore this question a little bit. It says, Leela and Becky each make a ruler. So they both made a ruler. Whose ruler was made the correct way? Well, we can look right here. We can see that there's numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We know rulers have numbers on them. Both of them have numbers that indicate a degree or measurement, all right? We know that rulers have to be split up into equal parts. So let's check and see if they're equal parts. This line is this long. This line is this long. This one is this long. So I can see right now there's a big problem. There's a big problem with Leela's ruler. And that big problem is, from there to there is a big jump, a big part. From here to here is a little part. Then we have a really big part, another big part. Then we have a little part, big part, big part. These are not equal parts. So Leela's ruler does not work because it's not made up of equal parts. Let's check Becky's and see if it has equal parts. So here we have Becky's ruler. That looks good. That's the same. 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 Ooh, Becky's ruler has all equal parts. They're all the same. So yes, check for Becky's ruler. Becky's ruler works because it is made up of equal parts. So that's, my friends, is one thing about rulers. You have to have equal parts. Let's move on. Now let's talk about checking someone's measurements to see if they're right. The first one, let's look here. Here I had a friend who measured this key, all right? He put it right here and he measured the key. Well, is he correct? The answer is no, he is not correct. My friend is not correct when he measured this key. Whenever you measure something, you want to make sure you start at the 0 line. That 0 line. 0 line. My friend did not start at the 0 line, so therefore he did not measure correctly. If he said this was 2 inches, he was wrong. He would need to pick the object up, slide it down to the 0 line, and he would see that it is in between. It's about 1.5 inches. It's about 1.5 inches is what he would have discovered. Let's take a look at my friend who measured an LOL doll. All right, so let's check his work. I can see right here is the 0 line. Yep, They have that measured up there pretty close to that 0 line. Let's slide it down so we can see what it actually measures. Yep. So they had it on the 0 line. Had it on the 0 line, and it's about 2 inches. So my friend did measure this one correctly. He had it on the 0 line, so yes, he used the right ruler, and he even said it was 2 inches, which is what it turned out to be, 2 inches. So it was 2 inches long, that LOL now. So when you're measuring, when you're checking somebody else's measurements, make sure they're at that 0 line. If they're not, then that's a problem. And then you're going to go end to end of whatever you're measuring. So I can start at her feet, and I go to the top of her bow. That puts it right at about 2 inches there for her. So that is the measurement for that. Let's check some more. All right, so I have another friend who measured this bug, and when he measured the bug, he said that it was 4 centimeters. So on this ruler, and on almost all rulers, you're going to have an inches side, which is this one right here. And then you're going to have a centimeter side, which is this one right here. We're going to be using the centimeter side. I'm going to go ahead and erase that real quick, though. That way none of this gets in our way when we're working. All right? So we're going to be working on the centimeter side of this ruler. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the ruler up, slide it right down to that line. I can see that that line extends up for me and shows me. So I can see right there, I'm at the 0 line, and now I'm going to see right here. Was my friend right? He said it was 4 centimeters. It actually turns out to be 3 centimeters. So no, my friend was wrong. He did not measure properly. This is actually 3 centimeters, so we can fix that for him. So remember, line it up at the 0 line, and then check the end. Let's check another one of my friends. My friend measured this ladybug, and he said that it was 2 centimeters. So let's go ahead and check his work. We're going to use the centimeter side again. I'm going to pick that ruler up. I'm going to slide it down where it needs to be. I can see right there, I'm lined up with the 0 line. Got to line up with the 0 line. And then it looks right here, he said 2 centimeters. It is 1 centimeter. Oh man, my friends really need to work on their measuring. That is 1 centimeters. 1 centimeter, not 2. So he really needs to work on it. Let's go to the next one. Hopefully my next friend gets hit right. Oh man, I'm going to have to work with those guys. Here's the next one. It's a butterfly. My friend says that it's 8 centimeters long. So let's check his work and see if he got it right. Hopefully I get one friend that gets it right. We're going to move it up here, set the 0 line in place. Right there. So there I'm on the 0 line. Here's the line that goes up. Looks pretty good right here. That's where it's going through. All right, my friend did it. It is 8 centimeters. Yay, he is right. Yes, 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 yes. He's correct. It is 8 centimeters long. So when you're checking over their work, make sure you're going to that 0 line. So here's my friend Miguel. He has a toy car. How long is Miguel's toy car? He's not really lined up here on the 0 line, so I know that I can't even really measure Miguel's car unless I slid it down this way, because it's not. Oh, actually, he's on the 0 line. I apologize. Here is the 0 line. He's perfect, because some rulers don't start right there. That's a perfect example of what we need to make sure we do. We want to make sure we start on that 0 line. That is awesome. So there's the 0 line, and right here's the back of his car. It's going to come right down there on 3. So it is 3 inches. So 3 inches. Oh, I love how that worked out right there. That is not the 0 line. That is where the ruler begins. Some rulers start with the 0 line on the further inside of the ruler. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Don't get fooled like Mr. Hensinger almost just did. Let's take a look at this next one. All right, so here's Kelsey. She's measuring this hair clip, something to put in your hair. It's like beautiful. And she puts it on here, but what we noticed right away, what I just talked to you about the last time is, here's the 0 line. If I draw that straight up, guess what? She did not start measuring at the 0 line. She started past the 0 line. So I know that Kelsey is not correct because she did not use the 0 line. It's showing that it's only 8 centimeters. It's probably closer to 9 centimeters. So Kelsey is not correct. She did not use the 0 line she did not line the hair clip up with the 0 line. She did not line it up with the 0 line. It would actually be longer than what it was there. As you can see, she did not line up her 0 line. So remember, when you're checking out people's work, find that 0 line. Make sure that they line that up. And then check the front of the object and the back of the object. And don't forget also, when you're talking about rulers, they have to have equal parts.